Now let's take a closer look at the depyrogenation tunnel cooling operation, where the sterilized and depyrogenized vials are cooled down by flooding them with cold air. The vials are cooled by air circulating in a circulating duct. In this process, the heated air is cooled down in a heat exchanger. At the tunnel discharge end, the vials continue across a transfer plate to a machine downstream for further processing. Due to the pressure drop to the washing room, the preheating zone would normally be overheated by hot air forced in from the sterilizing zone. In order to reduce the pressure difference between the isolator and the preheating zone of the tunnel, air is extracted from the preheating zone. Air is also extracted from the cooling zone. The speed of the air extraction fan is controlled by the pressure control. The quantity of air leaving the cooling zone is monitored by a wind vane fitted in the outgoing air duct. At a certain opening angle, the vane activates a sensor. If the sensor is not activated when the air extraction fan is running because the flap is not open sufficiently, a message appears on the operating panel. This can indicate that the air extraction fan speed is too low or that the air extraction fan is defective. Now let's take a look at how the cooling zone is sterilized. The cooling zone can be sterilized with built-in heating elements. During sterilization, there are no vials in the machine. The heat exchanger is purged to empty it from the cooling water. The discharge baffle plate is hermetically shut and the service and outgoing air ducts are closed. The sterilization is effected with a low turbulence airstream, heated up to 220 degrees Celsius by heating elements. This airstream is circulated in an air duct and flows through a HEPA filter. If the temperature in the cooling zone exceeds this limit value during the sterilization process, the cooling zone heaters are switched off immediately. A fan takes in cool air from the top of the tunnel through a pre-filter and passes it through a HEPA filter through the transport belt. At the same time, an exhaust fan extracts some of the heated air from underneath the transport system and discharges it from the machine through an outgoing air duct. When the temperature has dropped below 50 degrees Celsius, the heat exchanger is filled with water again.